At first glance, the N12 looks like a classic analog mixing desk, and to some extent, that's exactly what it is. These are Class A mic preamps with 84 dB of gain. You can apply a pad if you're connecting line-level instruments like synths, but today we're mainly using high-quality condenser microphones, which makes it handy to have phantom power available. We can also filter out unwanted low frequencies with this high-pass filter, and a phase switch will invert the input phase if you encounter phase cancellation or interference. Below this though, we're starting to see some distinctly new-looking controls. A morphing compressor is built into each input channel. This is very interesting. What you have here is 5 pre-dialed compression algorithms and a drive or level control, meaning that you can morph between these 5 compression types and also adjust the intensity of your compression. You don't need an engineering degree here, just experiment with the different settings until you find the sweet spot for your vocal, bass, guitar, and you're all set. Further departing from its analog-looking roots, the N-series mixers can accept a new sweet spot compression algorithm from some top-flight engineers like Chuck Ainley and Michael Wagner that you can download from the YamahaSynth.com website. Moving on down, we're back into more familiar territory. 3 bands of EQ, high and low shelving, and a sweepable mid, just like you found on those great analog consoles back in the day. And with 18 dB of gain, plenty powerful enough to tame awkward frequencies on input or tailor a sound to fit into the overall tonal spectrum on your mix. Reverb send. How much of the input is being sent into the built-in digital reverb? And this is no ordinary, we'll replace that when we mix type of reverb. The hall, room and plate reverb algorithms are taken from Yamaha's RevX reverb unit. This is high-end processing. An aux send can route your input to the aux bus for monitoring or additional external processing, and a pan control. We'll be exploring more details of the channel strip later on, but for now, moving over to the right-hand side of the desk, we can see obvious recording features such as standard transport controls, plus less obvious ones that configure the N12 as a front end, routing inputs into Cubase, or giving you individual channel control over recorded tracks coming back out of Cubase. We can also see the N12's internal DSP capability, with the offer of various reverb settings, plus various routing and monitoring options. At the back are 8 mono inputs, with a choice of balanced XLR or balanced TRS jack connectors, and 2 pairs of stereo inputs, offering both RCA and phone type connectors. You can also patch in a CD player here. Outputs include stereo outs, which send the mix signal out to your main speaker system, say in a live performance, CR outs, which typically go to your control room monitoring, and aux outs, which you can use for a variety of purposes, to send a separate headphone mix to another musician, or to send a channel signal to an external processor. In addition are MIDI in and out ports, and 2 DAW I/O firewire connectors, which you'll lifeline into and back out from a computer. The second connector lets you daisy chain 2 devices if you need. Connecting to the computer is the key to the N-series, and in the next scene we'll see how to get this intriguing light turned on.